Hello, folks. Welcome to our 5th edition Shadowrun game session. I am Shadow Adventor. I hope you are enjoying the series, and if you do enjoy these videos, please like us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.
It explodes at the end.
For those of you who went into the warehouse, you hurl yourselves through the semi-open warehouse doors as half a dozen assault cannon rounds split the wharf behind you. If you're lucky, the Alamo's 20K jerks will throw themselves at the Technology goons long enough for you to get free. It takes all your collective strength, but you finally manage to close the battered, rusty warehouse door behind you.
Whoa.
Just in time, too, for a dozen shots cut through it, barely missing their mark, you. The warehouse interior is dark, except for occasional bursts of light from searchlights and explosions outside. Much of it is blackened by flame and age. It must certainly have been one of the warehouses you used during the night of rage.
Uh-oh.
You flash on the thought that the victims trapped inside that night must have felt much the way you do now. More shots hit the outside wall, and some punched through to ricochet madly around the building. You move quickly, skirting debris and climbing over collapsed wall sections to penetrate deeper within. You think there may be an exit on the other side of the building. Suddenly, a motion close by and to your right startles you. Two shapes dart past you in the darkness ahead. What do you do? Bones, what do you do?
What do I see with my various technological sensors, including ultrasound and thermovision and low light vision and all that wonderful stuff?
Two shapes dart between crates in the building.
Okay,
they're in sight and then they're out of sight.
Okay, I astrally perceive and look for life, basically.
Okay, James, what do you do?
So where did they run off to? Like anywhere in particular? Like, do I know where they darted off to?
It's hard to tell. You just see them pass between two crates.
Okay. I'll move. Wait, no. Okay. I'll move over to about.
Don't worry about where you are specifically in the warehouse. You guys are actually right now. You're much deeper in there.
Oh.
You seem to have lost track of Iceman.
Let's stay together, people.
Yeah.
And Jen, what do you do?
Where did we see the peoples?
You just see a couple shapes dart through, just off to your right.
Off to my right?
Yeah, off to your right. Don't worry so much about the map. Just sort of work more from imagination at this point.
Okay.
We're just hiding here, right?
Well, you're trying to make it to the other side.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can escape out the back side.
Oh, let me see what I've got in my stuff here.
So Jen is considering what he has. James,
okay.
Did you decide on an action? Or?
I'll wait for Bones to figure out what's around.
Okay, Bones. So you start peering astrally, and you see what look like two small humanoids, basically.
Do you want to mention that I took off my oxygen mask when I got out of the water?
That's
okay, yeah, I should do that too, actually. Okay, so it's off. So I see. About how far away are they?
They're probably about 20 meters away, 10 meters away.
Okay, do they look like they have any form of like weapons on them or anything like that?
You can't see astrally.
Well, can I see him? I can thermo see them.
You can get a sense of heat signatures, but they're obviously hiding behind something.
Okay, well, I'm going to. Are there any? And since I'm astrally perceiving, are there any spirits in this warehouse of any kind?
No.
Okay, I'm going to.
You see one peek around at you.
Okay. Okay, then I'm just going to say, I mean no harm. We're not going to do anything. Who are you?
Eventually, a couple of what looks like orc children basically step out from behind some rubble,
Okay.
and they said,
I
"Are
make
you in
sure to
trouble?"
hide- I make sure to hide my weapon.
And one of them says, "Are you in trouble?"
Do you think where are your parents?
Oh, they're down underground. Um, we usually come here to play. No one ever comes here.
Wow, this could be a dangerous area for you. We should probably go back to your parents. Do you think you could show us the way?
How about this? How about you tell us
Sure.
the easy way to get out of here and we'll give you some money? Does that sound cool?
That's what they're doing.
The
That's what I'm
back
asking.
entrance is over there, but we saw some
Yeah.
more goons around there.
Do you have a better one?
Well, there's a
I've already-
tunnel just over there, and what looks like about a 10-year-old orc girl. It's kind of hard to tell because they age faster.
Okay.
Points to a pile of rubble. She says, "There's a tunnel over there that leads underground."
Oh, that's great. Can you show us? Can you show us the way?
Sure. They lead you to a pile of rubble, and you can see actually that there's a little tunnel there, and they start crawling into it.
Okay, I'm going to sub-vocally contact Iceman and anyone else is in the vicinity.
You can't seem
Titubus
to
and-
raise Iceman. There seems to be some sort of jamming field in the air. It's pretty
Oh,
intense.
no. Okay, I'm not. Is there any sort of encoded, like key, like that only he would recognize that he can follow?
I don't think so. You guys didn't set up anything like that ahead of time.
Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon a spirit,
Yeah,
and I'm going to ask the spirit to go find Iceman
yeah.
and show him, and then and tell the spirit to bring Iceman to me.
Okay.
And then spirit's obviously going to be able to follow me or like find me, no problem. So that's what I'm going to do.
You wait a short period of time, and the spirit comes back, and it says Iceman won't come.
Okay, so can you, in that case,
but he says that he tells you that Iceman is basically has left the warehouse and has actually gotten quite a distance away.
okay, so hopefully he'll be able to get away and find Titubus. Okay, I guess try to go back to Iceman and then get Iceman to Titubus, and I don't know if he'll be able to find Titubus as well, but connect those two and get them and get them away.
Okay. Suddenly, you hear a woman coming up the tunnel, and she seems to be calling names. They might belong to these kids.
Okay.
And an orc woman, basically grown woman, pops her head up out of the tunnel, and she's kind of wide-eyed at the sight of you and says,
It's okay. It's
"Who are
okay.
you?" And then she.
It's okay. We're just. Go ahead.
And then she calls the names, and the kids run over to her.
And I say, "Hi, my name is Bones, and what's your name?"
She says, "My name's Jenny."
I say, "It's nice to meet you, Jenny. We are kind of in a pickle. There's the Los Alamos. What are their names? That's Los
20K?
Alamos. 20K are
And
just
you see
outside,
a
and
big
they
frown
obviously hate
appear
our
across her
guts.
face.
And
Disgusting
they
face.
and I say they seem that they hate our guts, and we're kind of in trouble. Do you think you could help us?
Sure, she says. Come on. And she waves you down the tunnel, and she starts crawling down there.
Okay. So I'm going to follow her. I'm going to follow her.
James and Jen, are you going to follow too?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Jenny leads you deeper down into a long forgotten section she lit down the tunnel into an old section of the Tacoma sewers. The trek is long, but nowhere near as sludge ridden as your previous passes through the sewers. It almost looks as though the orcs have worked to clean it up. Jenny says little as she leads you quickly through the dark, nor will she respond to even the most persistent of questioning. Good thing Iceman's not here. All she will say is, you have to ask Alan. You have gone some distance by now and begin to notice activity around you. Dark and shadowy figures seem to be moving parallel to you in other tunnels. Jenny takes notice of them, but does not seem concerned. A collapsed section of tunnel looms before you, broken stone and shattered wood shoring completely blocking passage. As Jenny pauses here calmly, the rest of you fidget behind her. It is only seconds, however, before a portion of the collapsed area moves in one piece away from the rest, revealing a hidden opening. She leads you through and into a different world.
Cool.
How literal is that?
Into a
It's
different
not
world.
sewer, basically.
You guys find yourself almost in some kind of underground city or town, anyways. A hodgepodge collection of building and architecture, basically built all over the place. You seem to be in a fairly large underground cavern, not height wise, but length and width. Um, some homes seem to be built right into the earth itself, while some people have taken time to actually build buildings. Um, there doesn't seem to be any sort of central boulevard or street. You spend a lot of times moving from platform to platform and then tunnel to tunnel. It's quite a maze, actually.
I just say, this is incredible. How did you accomplish all of this?
She says we built it after the Night of Rage. About 4,000 of us were in that warehouse that you were just now when we discovered that tunnel. The 20K Los Alamos 20K people barricaded us in and set fire to the building. They did the same thing to the two other warehouses too. But luckily we managed to find this tunnel and it led us down here.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't really tend to like me, especially after I hit them with a table.
You enter an
Oh, the
enormous
Los Alamos.
enclosed area lit by flickering light from dozens of small gas lamps. Your eyes adjust and you begin to absorb the sight of dozens of orc children at play in a still functioning multi-level waterfall. Jenny leads you along the upper level past 2 rows of stores, some of which still function, while others have been turned into living areas. You realize now that you've passed into an abandoned underground mall.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Orc men, women, and children watch with wide-eyed interest as you pass. You realize that this entire area was once a shopping mall. Descending into the lower level of the mall, you glimpse humans among the orcs, and these exchange wide, welcoming smiles with you. Passing a restaurant, you catch an appetizing whiff of food cooking, and a peek inside reveals a group of orcs and humans diligently engaged in preparing what appears to be a huge meal. Finally, Jenny leads you to what was once a bookstore, its shelves still stacked with preserved volumes, which none of you have ever seen before. Clustered here is a group of young orc people, all seated around an older orc in a large, comfortable chair. He is telling them the story of the night Tacoma burned.
I
Standing behind the group, basically, you see a particular orc step forward. He introduces himself as Alan Bronston.
Hello,
says
Alan.
hello.
I extend my hand. Hello, Alan Bronston. My name is Bones. I'd just like to extend my sincere gratitude to you and to Jenny for saving our lives.
You're most welcome, Bones. And I thank you for joining us. It's not entirely by happenstance that you are down here. You see, we have also been aware of 20K's activities in terms of the virus.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming up.
You guys are unfortunately the dupes in a three-way conflict. I don't know if your employer has been fully honest with you in terms of the situation.
They have not.
But I can tell you that if you help me, I can assist you, gentlemen, in getting your pay, which I believe is your ultimate goal. And he gives you a wry smile.
Honestly, a secondary ultimate goal would be to not be infected by this virus ever in the first place, or have it land in the wrong hands, because this virus could be used against any one of us, as you know.
Well, if you want to hand it over, I'll make sure it gets destroyed properly. I've already spoken with your Mr. Johnson.
Well, you might want to work on an antidote, honestly. This wasn't the only one of them.
And
Yeah, we're concerned that there might be more of this virus in another facility or in another, even in someone's head. They know it's like a Pandora's box. Once they've opened it, they know that they can do it again. It might be a good...
I've been informed by Max, your fixer, that from his research, that you guys currently have the only knowledge and source of this virus right now.
And I imagine most of the scientists who are working on it died.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's just kind of like anything else, like cell phone.
It's like someone developing a nuclear weapon. They're going to do it again.
Nuclear weapon. Someone will just do it again. You might as well be prepared.
In any case,
this is not an entirely biological virus. And he invites you across the street to what looks like a small cafe and welcomes you to sit down with him.
Okay.
This virus is a new branch in medical technology. It's part mundane and part magical.
This part we definitely did gather. Do you not believe that we have critical information that we could gather?
I have a deal with your employer, Biogen, that should I get them the digital information, they will be willing to provide me with an antidote or protective cure from this virus.
Okay, so I'm going to do a judge intentions because I want to know if this guy's telling the truth.
Okay. Do you roll your judge intentions?
Seems like he would be, but
Well,
you never know.
Plus, if you judge his intentions, you don't know if he's being lied to.
Yeah, that's right. I don't. All right.
That's a lot of dice.
It is.
Titus is just trying to figure out how to get online right now.
3 successes. That's a pretty awful roll, actually, for 15 dice, but that's okay.
Actually, it's a bit above average. Well, no, not quite.
You find it impossible to read him.
Damn.
Can one of us read him instead?
Sure, the rest of you can try judge intentions.
What would that be rolled?
Just roll judge intentions in your character. It already calculates it for you. Just
Is
pull up
that
your
in
character.
there? Okay,
Yeah, just pull up your
character
character.
sheet.
Pull up your character sheet, and it's about, I don't know, It's on the second column in your attributes, and it's
Oh,
right
there it
under
is.
composure, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Jin got 3 successes with half the dice. Nice.
As I said, you can't really read them.
All right.
But I have perception too. Do I get any? Oh, that
That's all
probably.
part of Judge's sentence.
Yeah.
Can't really read him.
Well, you
All
need to
right.
get more than 3 successes.
Damn.
That's obvious. What if we
Yeah.
just beat him up?
No.
James, did you
I'm
try
honestly
it too, or?
more.
I rolled 1 success.
Okay, yeah, you can't read it too. You can't
I'm
figure it
almost.
out.
I'm on. And like I subvocally whisper. I'm more likely to believe someone who is likely to be targeted by this virus. He actually has.
Yeah, that would make sense.